stopping in with you today to talk about Neptune going direct, which occurred today, Wednesday, December 1st. So you should all feel a definite change, a definite switch in the energy today. Now, you might not be able to associate that with anything because Neptune as a planet in general is not nameable. It's a feeling, it's a knowing, and Neptune can also be associated with confusion. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed or confused lately or kind of out of control, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how to navigate Neptune appropriately, how to use Neptune's energy to your best advantage, and try my best to describe the undescribable, uncatchable, ungrabbable planet. So Neptune has been in Pisces for quite some time now. So whatever your Pisces house is would be where Neptune has been hanging out. And you may have had some confusion or delusion over the past, I think it's been a decade. For me, that is my 7th to 8th house, depending upon what house system you're using. But I did wake up today with just a very calm feeling because I've been hit pretty hard with Neptune in my life with confusion and not understanding things. So I've really learned to go into the Neptune energies. So as you know, I like to associate everything. Everything is energy, and everything, kind of makes sense with quantum physics. So from a quantum physics perspective, Neptune would be the wave in particle wave theory. So if you're not familiar with particle wave theory, it's when some scientists got together and they put 2 slots into an experimental box area, and they sent waves through the slots. Now, they were expecting some things to happen, but what actually they detected is happening is when they were actually observing the wave turned into particle. And when they were not observing the wave / particle, the particle turned back into wave. So that to me really encompasses Neptune. Neptune is not something you can describe or quantify. Neptune is something you feel, like the truth chills that I'm getting right now, that you can't really describe. If you just tried to describe why I'm getting chills, it would take away from the fact that the chills are a sign or synchronicity. So Neptune can be all about the psychic realm, getting signs from your guides, getting signs or just a knowing that you feel in your heart. If you're talking to a person that's psychic, or if you get downloads or synchronicities, Neptune as a planet represents when you're in meditation, or when you're in the zone as an artist, or when you're out in the woods and things just come to you. So Neptune is without boundaries. Neptune is, like for example, when I'm doing a reading, I clear my thoughts. I just clear everything away. And I'm not really putting up blockages. I'm actually opening myself up. As backwards as that sounds, and that's really the energy of Neptune, can be very nonsensical. So when I'm doing readings for people and something comes to me that's not represented by the cards, or it's a psychic reading that I'm doing, it's as if I associate it visually with me being able to pluck something out of the clouds, or out of the thickness, or out of the ethos that's around me. That is Neptune. So Neptune can be limitless and open you up to your psychic intuitive feelings, Neptune can also confuse. So just like if you're sitting in fog and you are just feeling in one moment or one aspect very relaxed or just very invigorated and very cleansed. Like this morning I got up and there was a rain over the night and everything just felt fresh and connected and renewed and somehow more open and available than it did the day before when everything was hard and restricted, i.e. Saturnish. But Neptune, if you're not allowing the flow and you're trying to think it out, Neptune can confuse you. Neptune can be a mental struggle. Neptune can give you just so many mental issues. Neptune also represents media. So when you're watching television, and this is an incredible analogy for Neptune, when you're watching television, your brain doesn't actually realize that all those people and things that you're seeing are not there. So from a chemical reaction, the things, if you're watching the news and it's upsetting news or it's violence, your brain actually detects you as being there. It doesn't know the difference. It's very Neptune. It actually enacts chemical reactions in your body. So my question to you is, when you're watching something or experiencing it, are you not there? Are they not there? If they're having those chemical reactions on your body, you might as well be. So Neptune can be a struggle if you're not surrounding yourself with things that are in alignment with how you'd like to feel and operate in the world. Neptune is nonsensical. So you might think that you watch the news to stay informed and make informed decisions, but in actuality, is getting bombarded with all those images and frequencies really helping you to make decisions, or is it putting you in fight and flight so that you can't make any decisions at all? That's Neptune. Neptune is also the feeling you get when you walk into a house or into a room or you know, you're by a person and you just feel right away if they're calming or agitated. You can't explain the feeling, but there's no boundaries with Neptune. So that's you and your body's vibrations picking up on the other person's vibrations and having a reaction. Neptune affects you, but you can't grasp or see Neptune. But you should be aware of Neptune because you can always feel Neptune. So when you hear something or listen to a video or get a reading and it just resonates, something just off resonates, something that maybe had no pertinence to the actual reason you were watching something, that's Neptune. That's Neptune coming forward. And maybe you're watching this video today as a heads up from Neptune. I don't know. But if you've had, Neptune went retrograde, I think July 26th. So if you've had a lot of struggle and a lot of confusion and a lot of mental angst since then, trying to work things out, Neptune's going forward right now. And Neptune is trying to tell you that the actual way to figure things out is to let go of the being up in the air, being up in your head, being put apart. I wanted to do this video because very soon we have Jupiter going into Pisces to hang out with Neptune. Now Jupiter's been in Aquarius, so that's a very mental, logic, thinking mode. And then of course the eclipses and North Node has been in Gemini, which is also very thinking, very strategic, very non-flowing. But this is not how you're going to be able to go through this next season of the year. When Jupiter goes into Pisces, I believe it's December 28th, it's important to get aligned with the truth in yourself know that you're going to have the feelings and the intuition to go and make the decisions that are important to you. Because I'm going to assure you, with Jupiter going into Pisces, anything that you see on media, anything that you are consuming from other people, there's going to be a huge split. Pisces is a double-sided water sign, and Jupiter just enlarges things. So if you're, all of this facts that go totally against each other, you're going to have some mental strife with that if you can't ground into your own knowing. Now, also with the North Node being in Taurus and the eclipses being on the Taurus-Scorpio cusp, North Node and South Node coming up, that's very pertinent as well, because Taurus is a very material sign, but Taurus is very grounded. And something you might not know about Taurus is actually very simple, very spiritual, close to the earth. I actually believe that Taurus is ruled by the earth planet. Just the feeling that you get when being grounded, when doing simple things, when going out into the forest, that is an excellent way to get clear during this upcoming period. It's going to help you with the eclipses and knowing your path. It's going to help you with that Taurus access. It's going to help you to see what you need to give up and recycle with that Scorpio South Node, and kind of transmute that into something different, which is very Neptunian, kind of being boundless. So I'm asking you during this period not to be afraid of Neptune, not to be afraid to go into the unconscious realms. You're probably going to have a lot of dreams coming up. Write down those dreams during this time. They're going to be significant to you. If you allow the signs and synchronicities to come in, if you allow God and your guides and your higher self and the universe to speak to you, this upcoming transit is going to be a lot easier for you. And that's actually the only way I'm seeing that you're going to kind of know heads from tails from especially the end of December through the beginning of March, when Jupiter go into Aries. So right now is a time to really get in touch with your inner knowing, to get in touch with your feminine intuitive side, to be around people and things that make you feel better. Not feel better in like an intoxicating way. I know we are in Saggy season, but feel better in an in touch and have the ability to get the messages from the universe and get the messages about your life path from your higher self, from your intuitive knowledge. That's what Neptune is giving you the opportunity to do right now. If you focus too much on Neptune, if you focus too much on the media, if you focus too much on the others and focus too much on the outcome, it will be a struggle for you mentally with Neptune. If you go into being drunk sand on the beach with Jupiter going into Pisces, it might bring up some mental struggles. It's not to say you shouldn't have fun, but when you're clear and when you take the time for silence and when you take the time to literally shut out the outside world, which, as opposite as it sounds, allows you to connect to the universe as a whole, you're really using your Neptune in a positive way, and it's going to be a lot easier to get through this transit. Neptune is a beautiful experience that really, it's hard for me to find words for, but if you've ever just had that knowing, or a dream that ended up coming true, or something unexplainable happened, all those psychic things that happen to you, or you just trusting your intuition, that's your Neptune. So with Jupiter coming in there, I invite you to seek out gurus that open you up in that way, to listen to your internal guru, to, you know, dream dreams that may have felt impossible before, and allow the universe to show you if that's the way. Open yourself up, release the things that you're trying so hard to hold on to that may be not your path, and open up and allow the universe to bring forward what is for you, because anything that's for you can't be taken away. You can have some struggles getting there, and I'm just saying, Neptune is vibration. So, you know, find yourself calm during this season. Find your true self. Find your cleansing waters. Find your, you know, your spiritual practice, and your inner space with God that you might not be able to articulate to anybody else. And it doesn't matter if you can't tell that story, because the story of how you connect with the universe, the story of how you know what you know, doesn't have words. And it's a feeling, and other people will feel that off of you. You don't have to prove anything with your Neptune. You'll be led to where exactly you're supposed to go, and it'll be a beautiful journey. So I think that is all I have for you guys today. I'll be seeing you all a lot soon. I hope you are enjoying Sagittarius season. And there's just been a lot of emotions with Neptune turning around. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys, and just, you know, take a deep breath with all of you and say, you know, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. We have an amazing time coming up, and we have an amazing opportunity for you to really get in touch with where you should be on your path, where a lot of restrictions are going to be taken off of you. And at the same time, you're not going to get like big paperwork telling you where to go. You have to find that from within yourself. And sometimes going towards your dream or towards your path, there's an ask from the universe. It means stepping up, you know, going through fear of judgment, going through fear of maybe this isn't the right thing, and just going with that and trusting that internal knowing. And the more that you trust that internal knowing and go towards your path, the more signs and amazing things will come in for you to show that, you know, you're going the right way. So I just wanted to step in and say I love you all. I've missed you so much, and I am so excited for 2022. I'm going to be doing some readings for you, all your signs, and talking about the transits coming up. So love you guys. Have an amazing Neptune direct day.